Oh,
Okay.
I'm here. I'm here now. I'm sorry. I'm just in
Hello,
time.
Gabriel. Are you
Hi.
beautiful? Your hair
Well, you
is
know what? I was
beautiful.
going to ask you if you can you have a bad hair if your hair looks too neat? Can that be a bad hair day, or does it have to be wild? Because I think mine is like too neat. It's like I wanted to make it look a bit messy and cool.
You're looking cool. You're looking cool.
I'm having a kind of reverse bad hair day, you know?
Awesome. Good way to start.
Okay. Oh,
Um bom caminho para iniciarmos, não é? Acho que já estamos no YouTube.
I think we are there.
I'm just finishing getting dressed, you see. That's all.
Ok.
How does that look?
Wonderful.
Okay.
Eu vou fazer a introdução do nosso querido Gabriel MOJAY, que, na verdade, vocês já perceberam, né? Que tem, assim, um humor super pitoresco, uma pessoa super disponível, bem-humorada, né? Então, este mês, vocês sabem, todos aqui conhecem o Gabriel por ele ser autor do livro Aromaterapia for Healing for the Spirit, não é isso, Eli?
Isso.
Que é um clássico dos estudantes de aromaterapia, porque aborda a aromaterapia com a conexão com a medicina tradicional chinesa. Então, a gente pediu para vocês virem participar conosco desta live, que, na verdade, ela tem como objetivo um bate-papo para que ele possa, digamos assim, nos explicar e até já fazer um aquecimento. Ah, muito bem. Assim. Oh.
Let me see. That's where I have a house now as well. Anyway.
E já para que a gente pudesse ter um aquecimento de como serão os nossos 6 encontros com o Gabriel MOJAY, que se inicia em novembro. Então, eu gostaria que você realmente se sentisse muito acolhido e muito amado por todos nós, porque você sabe que o Brasil te ama, não é, Gabriel?
Gabriel, Maria is giving you the warm welcome.
Brazil.
Yes. And she wants to know if you know that Brazil loves you. Do you know that?
The girl from Ipanema goes walking. Don't get me started. Oh my God. I feel bad because I should have Jobim here, not a blues guitarist, you know, Stevie Ray Vaughan. I should have Jobim, but no, I mean, I love Brazil, you know, I mean, I love Brazil, everything about it, you know, it's so exciting. I mean, my dream, I suppose, would be to have like a whole summer just to explore the whole country, you know, go up to Bahia, San Salvador, down to Florianopolis, and you know, see friends down there like Dr. Oberlander, you know, in the far south. I don't know who I know right up in Bahia. I'm hoping maybe I can visit someone there in Salvador, San Salvador somewhere. But that's my dream journey.
Então, o Gabriel está dizendo que ele ama tudo sobre o Brasil também, Maria. E ele tem um sonho de passar um verão inteiro aqui. Se ele pudesse, ele iria para a Bahia, para Florianópolis, ele iria visitar amigos, ele ia visitar o Dr. Oberlander. Ele disse que precisaria arrumar alguém para ele ir na Bahia. Eu estava pensando que ele podia ir visitar o Caíme, o Caetano, toda a família, né?
Yeah.
Tá fechado, Maria. No, I was saying that maybe we could arrange for you to go visit Caetano Veloso
oh, wow.
in Bahia. He and his whole family lives there. So, Dorival Caymmi, do you know Caetano Veloso? Do you know Caetano?
Oh yeah, Dori Caymmi. You mean? Did you say the Dori Caymmi family?
I said the Caymmis, but I also said Caetano. Do you know Caetano Veloso?
Oh yeah, no, I know Caetano Veloso. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, that's where the Tropicalia movement really got
Exactly.
going in the early 70s. And, you know, they were really brave, you know, like they were, you know, a Marcos Valle. No, I know, I'm sorry, it's a pronunciation, you
I
know,
know,
like
yeah,
I
no,
know
no.
I'm not so much hearing that, but of course, you know, Kami as well as Caetano Veloso, you know. One of my great things is that you know, I follow Marcos Valle on Facebook. I'll let you translate in a minute. Sorry, I must remember that.
No, don't
And
worry, go ahead.
a couple of times I've made a comment and he's put a heart on it, you know, and it's like, oh, Marcos Valle put a heart on my comment, you know, it's like, it made my day, you know.
Então, ele está dizendo que ele conhece o Caetano, sim, claro, não pessoalmente, mas ele conhece todo o movimento da Tropicália, e ele também gosta de seguir o Marcos Valle, e às vezes ele comenta no Instagram e ele coloca coraçãozinho para ele e ele fica todo animado.
Yeah.
Que ótimo! Nós vamos organizar esse verão do Gabriel aqui no Brasil. Pode deixar.
Maria says she would be happy to help you organize your summer in Brazil.
Oh no, you know, that would be amazing. God, I mean, you know, I'd love to hear some music too, but I mean, I'll tell you something about Marcos Valle. Something I think is amazing, you know, about that guy. I mean, you know, he's 80 and he looks like 40, you know, and it's his spirit. And he really believes in, if you have this positive, loving energy, and he's like William Shatner, and you know, who's like 90 something, you know, he just looks so young for his age because he's just so full of love, you know.
True. Ele está dizendo que ele acha tão interessante esse artista brasileiro, o Marcos Valle, porque ele tem quase 80 anos, mas ele tem cara de 40. E o que o torna isso é que ele é uma pessoa que tem muito amor internamente. Então, isso se demonstra.
Com certeza, isso mesmo. Bem, mas a nossa audiência aqui, nós temos pessoas que já conhecem o Gabriel e temos pessoas que talvez esteja vendo o Gabriel agora pela primeira vez. E só para reforçar, ele estudou medicina natural pela primeira vez em 1978, né? E ele tem ali um trabalho muito expressivo, porque utilizou na sua jornada a medicina oriental, né? E desde 88 é que ele passa a associar a aromaterapia com a medicina tradicional chinesa. Ele também teve cursos com o Pierre Francombe, que é alguém que a gente estava esperando muito ele aqui no Brasil, né, por esse período da pandemia que acabou nos adiando alguns projetos. Mas hoje, o que nós vamos falar é desse projeto que nós estamos organizando, o Grupo Essence, juntamente com Gabriel MOJAY e toda a sua bagagem, com a assessoria da nossa querida Eli, para trazer para vocês esse workshop em novembro. Vai começar dia 3 de novembro, certo? E nós estamos aqui esperando por vocês. Na nossa plataforma do Grupo Essence Academy já está todas as informações lá, mas agora o Gabriel vai falar para nós como é que ele programou esses 6 encontros.
So Gabriel, Maria she was just telling people, the audience, because there may be somebody new to aromatherapy, maybe new students and people from naturopathic medicine watching for the first time. So she was introducing a little bit of your work and, you know, your background and all that. And then she, at the end, she was telling people about this beautiful course that you're bringing to Brazil online. But we already feel you are with us, that we're starting in November the 3rd. And Maria would like to, if you could share a little bit, a tiny taste of what people may expect during this time together with you.
Yeah, no, sure, no, definitely. Yeah. Well, I'm actually really excited because it's going to be a chance for me also just to share, you know, some of my some of the kind of insights that I've been working on and developing, well, for a long time now, and that I want to definitely bring in and make part of this class, which is kind of this is like my foundation class, but I want to bring those things, new stuff, fresh injections into it.
Então, o Gabriel nos disse que ele também está muito feliz com essa possibilidade, ele está muito motivado, e ele sente que será uma oportunidade também para ele compartilhar muitos insights de coisas que ele tem trabalhado com relação à aromaterapia e medicina oriental já por muitos anos. Então, esse curso que está sendo oferecido, que a gente começa no dia 3 de novembro, ele é uma base, mas o Gabriel ele vai inserir coisas novas que ele tem entrado em contato já nos últimos anos.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting because when you were talking about this, I was remembering, because you mentioned about, you know, Pierre Francom and Daniel Penwell, you know, who's still teaching. I think he was going to be doing some lecturing, I seem to remember coming up. I'll have to look where that was. But sorry, I'll just have a gap to let you translate.
Então, ele disse que achou interessante, porque quando você estava falando, Maria, sobre, né, a experiência dele, ele escutou, né, o nome do Francom, e ele também ficou lembrando, ficou pensando no Daniel Penuel também, Dr. Penuel, que ainda dão aula, né?
Yeah, and well, what Daniel spoke about, and I heard it mentioned again recently, actually, somewhere. I don't know where I read this, but he said he made a distinction, you know, in therapeutics between, or a bit like talking about essential oils. He said that they would have three aspects: matter, energy, and information.
E aí ele disse que lembrou que o Dr. Penuel, ele escutou ele conversando, dando uma entrevista faz um pouco de tempo, e ele falou que os óleos essenciais têm três aspectos: matéria, energia e informação.
Yeah. So in a way, my approach now is to make a closer link between the energetic aspect and the information aspect of essential oils in terms of the science.
O Gabriel, nesse curso, ele vai fazer uma relação, uma abordagem com essa parte energética e a parte da informação.
Yeah, and well, I mean, if we think about the essential oils per se, obviously, you know, if we think about each of the three aspects, we've got the matter aspect. Well, I'll come to my class, by the way, but I just want to clarify this. We've got the matter aspect. We've got this thing called the energy aspect, which is also a big focus of mine to try and define that, because I'm doing a presentation for the Herbalist coming up, which I'll mention, and that's in, it's right near where I grew up, actually, in Bethesda, Maryland. And anyway, so matter, energy, and the information aspect as well, which is an interesting aspect to that you know, I want to share, you know.
Então, Gabriel disse que ele vai trazer, então, esse conceito, porque se você pensar nos óleos essenciais, nesses três aspectos, a gente tem a matéria, a gente tem a energia, e ele disse que está gastando bastante tempo para explorar esse assunto da energia, é um foco que ele tem, principalmente que ele vai fazer uma apresentação, logo ele vai falar sobre esse congresso que ele vai participar, até perto de onde ele cresceu, lá nos Estados Unidos, que é um congresso para a comunidade de herbalismo, e ele vai falar bastante desse aspecto da energia das plantas. E se você pensar também nesse conceito, nesse outro aspecto, que é que os óleos essenciais, eles têm informação.
Yeah, and you know, what I'll do as an illustration in a minute is I'll show you you know, the kind of illustration that I made for the cover of the course, because I'm going to you know, explore this connection specifically between well, actually, the course itself is about energetics, but about their connection to fragrance.
Então, ele disse que ele vai até daqui a pouco, se der, ele vai mostrar uma ilustração que ele fez, que é até para ilustrar a capa desse material que ele vai fazer nesse congresso, mas no curso ele vai explorar essa conexão da energia, ou seja, da parte energética, e como isso se conecta com a fragrância, com os aromas, porque a gente está falando de matéria aromática.
Yeah, so what I really mean by that is, I mean that what we'll do is understand all the main fragrance families, or fragrance energies, as I call them, you know, like resinous, lemony, sweet herbaceous, you know, rooty, sweet woody, which is like sandalwood. I've been doing a lot of research into sandalwood. We will look at those, okay, the connection, or how we can better understand the overall network effects of essential oils by really understanding the nature of the main fragrance notes. That's already a very important first key and way in, you know, to grasp how they work on the yin and the yang, the qi, and balance are functional. That's about function. It's not just like a vague balancing of energies. Oh no, it's about restoring proper organ function energetically, and everything about it. The direction the energy should flow in that organ is important. Stomach energy must go down. Spleen has to hold up. These are very important things that oils can support energetically. And if you understand the fragrance, you can already get an important key. But I'm going to take it one step further. Sorry, I'm going on. Go ahead.
It's okay, it's okay. Então, o que ele está explicando é que nesse curso, essa conexão que ele faz com a fragrância é o seguinte: ele começa a estudar as famílias das fragrâncias. Então, por exemplo, a gente tem fragrâncias terrosas, a gente tem fragrâncias com cheiro, né, dos cítricos, os amadeirados. Então, como a gente pode entender melhor a conexão desses aromas com o que a gente está tentando fazer no nosso corpo? E ele disse que não é apenas equilíbrio, mas realmente é restaurar o qi dos órgãos, o qi que a gente tem no nosso corpo, olhar para o yin e o yang, e como a fragrância pode restaurar essa função do órgão, energeticamente falando. Inclusive, ele disse restaurar a direção que a energia desse órgão tem que ter. Por exemplo, o estômago, a energia tem que descer. O baço, a energia tem que ficar contemplada no órgão. Então, como é que o aroma faz isso?
No, thank you. Only Ellie could translate all that. What would we do without Ellie? Tell her that.
Ele disse que só eu que poderia traduzir, o que faríamos sem eu. Teria outro eu, gente. Sempre tem. There's always somebody else.
Não faríamos sem ela.
No, Ellie, no coffee.
No coffee, yes. I agree.
Ai. Obrigado, gente.
No, thank you. So, you know, that's the connection between the energetics and matter, because obviously fragrance is that, you know, an emanation of matter, you know, very much. I mean, I love for instance, the name of the company in England, you know, Fragrant Earth, you know, it's a real emanation from the earth plane.
Então, ele disse que é exatamente isso, ele explora essa conexão entre energia e matéria, e se a gente pensar, a fragrância é uma emanação da matéria. Tem uma marca de óleo essencial na Inglaterra que chama Terra Fragrante. Ele falou exatamente isso. As coisas têm perfumes, têm cheiros, e eles têm efeito em nós.
I mean, another example that, like, look at the chakras, okay? Look at the base chakra. Okay, that's the earth chakra, Muladhara, you know, your base. It's a square, it's got a square yantra, earth, for earth. What's the sense organ is smell. Smell.
Aí ele disse um outro exemplo são chakras, né? Por exemplo, a gente tem o chakra base, que é o Muladhara, que é o chakra da terra, ele é quadrado. E qual que é o órgão do sentido desse chakra? É o olfato.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, I could talk more about that, but Sagittarians have to be careful not to go off at tangents, you know, tangents, the arrow.
Ele disse que ele vai se conter porque ele é sagitariano e aí tem que ficar cuidado porque ele fica pegando umas tangentes.
Yeah.
Ele é sagitariano como eu, né?
Oh, Maria said she's also Sagittarius. She's also.
Oh, okay.
So
well,
I am a Virgo, so I can take care of you guys.
Well,
don't worry.
No, you're. I mean, wait. I think isn't Ellie Scorpio? I don't remember now. Sorry, not Ellie. What was? You're a Virgo, but what's Maria again?
Sagittarius.
Oh, right.
So I have to take care of you both. I'm a Virgo.
I know. Oh, thank God we have an Earth sign here and a really good one. Oh, thank God.
Eu sou virginiana.
That's another reason.
Meu ascendente é em Virgem, Eli.
Oh, Maria's, how do you say that in English? Ascendant?
Oh, what?
Or the sign of the sun, where the sun is, you call ascendant?
Well, yeah, the ascendant is the rising sign, and that's
the rising sign.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Maria's rising sign is Virgo, she says.
Oh, okay. Okay, so, that helps.
What's yours?
My rising sign is Scorpio.
Oh, o ascendente dele é Escorpião. So it's a water sign, right?
Yeah.
A minha equipe, a grande maioria das pessoas da minha equipe no hospital são sagitarianos.
Maria says that she works mostly with people that are Sagittarius. In her staff in the hospital, most of them are Sagittarius.
Really? That's really great. Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm sure I remember visiting it. It had a warm, lively energy. You know, I guess I'm biased towards Sag energy, but it does have a nice warm energy, you know.
Ele disse que se lembra de visitar, Maria, o hospital e que ele sentia que tinha uma energia muito gostosa lá dentro.
Yeah. Now, in my case, okay, here's the situation. My son is Capricorn. My wife is Capricorn. My music teacher is Capricorn. I don't know. I think God is telling me that, you know, you need a lot of earth. You know what I'm saying?
Aí ele disse que o filho de Capricórnio, a esposa de Capricórnio, o professor de música de Capricórnio, então ele acha que os céus estão dizendo para ele que ele está precisando de um pouco de terra.
Yeah, that's right.
Acho que a mensagem é essa, mas com essa vírgula, e a gente voltando para o tema, né, ele estava dizendo qual o órgão do sentido, né, deste fato de como o aroma faz isso e tal.
Maria was saying that maybe that's the message of the universe for you.
I think so. Yeah, definitely.
But then she said sorry, I cut you.
No, it's okay. Go on.
She was saying that she was reflecting of what you said about the chakras, and you said that the sense organ for the base chakra is the smell.
Yeah.
So it's so interesting.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, no, it's and I think that, you know, smell connects us to the earth, you know. I think fragrance meditation, I mean, that's a good like Kundalini meditation. You know, especially when it stills the mind, because if you still the mind, if Shiva is like nice and peaceful, Shakti wants to, you know, get up there and unite, you know. That's what awakens, what excites Shakti, the Kundalini, to be awakened is Shiva being nice and calm, you know, and peaceful. So Shakti wants to, you know, get up there and unite, you know. So I think that, and then the fragrance, if you smell those oils that help to reduce the brainwave activity and slow the heart rate and reduce blood pressure and have all these massive physiological effects, which is the other aspect of my new interest, which is more the information side, the research, the science side. As a Sagittarian, I find it so exciting. So that's why I'm really looking forward to, as well. I'm excited to tell people my, you know, bread and butter work, which always is, you know, about the fragrance energetics and the, you know, connection with the 5 elements. But I'm also really excited to share a lot of my new research, you know. It's not, I've not done the research, it's there on PubMed, but I've been reading it and understanding it from my point of view, which is very much the Chinese medicine point of view, as you know.
O Gabriel, ele menciona que você disse, né, Maria, sobre essa coisa do olfato sendo o órgão do sentido, do chakra base, e ele realmente disse que o olfato nos conecta com a terra, né? Quando a gente faz uma meditação da Kundalini com aromas, isso ajuda muito a acalmar a mente. Ele diz que Shiva é pacífico e Shakti, ela quer subir, e ela quer subir, né, que é essa energia da Kundalini, porque existe essa energia calma, que é a base de tudo. Então, ele diz que os aromas terrosos, eles acalmam a atividade cerebral, eles acalmam o coração, eles acalmam a circulação, esses aromas de terra. Então, ele diz que é um pouco disso que ele tem estudado nos últimos anos, e ele, como sagitariano, ele adora tudo isso, e ele fica muito feliz em poder compartilhar com a gente agora no Brasil, esse trabalho que a gente sabe, né? Ele disse que sempre está estudando essa parte do aroma, a parte energética dos elementos, mas agora ele tem dado esse foco maior sobre essa parte da energia dos óleos essenciais. Então, ele disse que nos últimos anos ele tem lido muitas pesquisas no PubMed e está entendendo desde esse ponto de vista, que é o ponto de vista da medicina chinesa.
Now, maybe I could just very briefly share my screen, and then I could show you the cover for the class, because I think it might help just to explain in a really simple way what I mean about making this connection in essential oils to do with the things that I've discovered, if you like. Well, not discovered, but become more like aware of some really important activities that are both energetic and pharmacological at the same time.
Então, o Gabriel disse que ele poderia compartilhar a tela dele, se puder. Ele queria mostrar a ilustração que ele fez, que ele acha que vai ser bem uma maneira simples dele explicar essa conexão dos óleos essenciais sobre essa parte energética, né, que ele está falando.
So, if that's okay, I think
acho que a Luciana dá o acesso para ele aqui, não é, Lu?
They are going to give you access to, like, as co-host, so you can share.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah. No,
now you're co-host now. Yes.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I'm just going to share the front cover. Where is it? I did have it open. Oh, here it is. Okay. Here it is. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, you like that? That's good. How do I make this full screen? Not that I
Olha que o Gabriel está dando spoiler aí, né? Da capa do curso, é isso?
É o curso que ele vai dar lá nesse congresso internacional, que eu acho que é lá perto de cidade... em Maryland, que ele falou. Ele está tentando deixar grande, mas eu não sei, porque eu acho que esse daí não é o...
Às vezes tem que sair e entrar de novo para conseguir.
Yeah, so what I wanted to... Oh, yeah, I see. It's on play. Sorry. Play, yes. Play.
Então, ele aumenta bastante.
Oh, that doesn't mean... Oh, but I wanted to stay where it is.
Yes.
But, I mean, basically, what I wanted to show you more than anything is just that 5-element poster, or not poster, but the chart. And those are the actions that I'm talking about to look at how essential oils, for example, protect us. I mean, I actually think that out of all the things that they do, I think the way that they help, and when I say essential oils, I'm talking about the naturally occurring ones in our diet that we take as part of our... I mean, I'm assuming for everybody who, uses some herbs in their cooking, or drinks some peppermint tea or chamomile tea, or has any, uses aromatic plants at all, they're going to get those volatile compounds, and they have an amazing they have these amazing activities, which I've tried to summarize here. Within these, there are more. In fact, there are two main ones, kind of pharmacological ones, that I'm going to be talking about. But these are the most, I think these are the 5 most important that aromatic plants and essential oils do for us. Sorry, that was a long ramble.
No, don't worry, it's fine.
Okay.
So, o que ele quis mostrar, gente, para mostrar para a gente esse diagrama aqui, né, na verdade, o que ele queria mostrar são essas 5 ações que ele colocou lá em cima naqueles círculos, que são as 5 ações que, na verdade, assim, tem a ver com os 5 elementos da medicina chinesa, mas o que ele disse que ele acha que o papel mais importante dos óleos essenciais é nos proteger. Ele disse de tudo que eles fazem para a gente, inclusive quando a gente usa ervas, né, que tem óleos essenciais na nossa dieta, ou um chás, por exemplo, quem não toma chá de menta, um chá de camomila, né? Então, esse uso das plantas aromáticas em chás ou na nossa comida, eles vão ter esses componentes voláteis, a gente vai tomar isso, e tudo isso traz atividades incríveis, e ele acredita que essas são as ações mais importantes dos óleos essenciais a nível de energia, mas também tem ações farmacológicas envolvidas aqui.
Oh, sorry, I got the wrong logo there. I'm sorry. You know what? I've opened. Oh dear, I'm so embarrassed. I've opened the wrong one. Oh God, I was so excited.
Do not worry.
I've just noticed that, because this is a problem if you do live.
Take care.
That's the one that I'm doing. That's the one that I'm doing for my Japanese colleagues. Oh,
so
dear.
now you want us, not all of us want to take this course too,
Yeah. Well, don't worry, because the thing is, it doesn't matter, because the thing is that I'm going to be introducing that chart on the front, even though it's part of that course. I'm still going to include that. Now, can you see this? I've got another one, though, which obviously I've got the one for our course. Now, let me just open that page. Now, where's that one? Let's see. I did have it open just now. Let me just try again, just a minute. Okay. Hold on, let me just do this again.
Só falando, então, é que agora sim. É que ele tinha aberto do que ele vai dar lá na outra conferência, e eu falei que agora a gente vai ficar com vontade de assistir essa palestra, mas ele disse para a gente não se preocupar, porque a base de tudo isso ele vai trazer no curso.
Vai trazer no curso, pois
vai ter no
porque
curso.
Eu disse que ele estava dando um spoiler, né? E eu acho que vale a pena reforçar, né? Que o Gabriel, ele não para de estudar, e ele está sempre trazendo novas informações. Então, quem esteve em 2017 no simpósio e teve uma amostrinha, com certeza, aquele momento hoje será muito diferente, porque, apesar de falarmos, né, da aromaterapia e a medicina chinesa, ele vai trazer o foco da energia mais as novas informações.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. You can see that now, can't you?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Now, actually, I am going to talk about those properties: protect, restore, regulate, harmonize, and nourish, as well as relate each of the 5 elements to these vital spirits, to these aspects of the mind.
Então, ele disse que o que ele colocou aqui agora, inclusive foi acho que o que ele deu lá em São Paulo, ele disse que aqui a gente tem nesses círculos, são as partes dos elementos e como eles se conectam com o nosso espírito, né? Com as nossas partes do corpo. Mas para a gente não se preocupar, porque no curso ele faz essa conexão com aquelas 5 propriedades que ele mencionou dos óleos, que é proteger, restaurar, regular, harmonizar e nutrir.
Okay, so this is our class is going to be looking at the 5 elements and looking at I need to update that exact title as well. Obviously I've been working. I've got a ton of slides already ready, actually. Well, I've already sent them to you. I think there's 273, but I can see that I need to correct the title unless I sent you a more up-to-date one. Anyway, I can't remember. I'll have a look, don't worry. And I've given you them in the note as a PDF of notes as well. But as I said, we are going to be looking very much at the psychological side, which I did for example when I was there 5 years ago. But I also want to really bring in these 5 different, properties as well, these 5 different activities.
Então, ele disse que quando ele esteve aqui em 2017, que a Maria está falando, 5 anos atrás, ele se focou nessa parte que ele chama de parte psicológica, né, dos olhos, baseado na medicina chinesa. E agora, o que ele vai trazer são essas 5 propriedades principais dos óleos e como isso estão conectadas com as famílias aromáticas.
Yeah. So, okay, so I can stop the sharing now because I wanted to give you an idea of that. But let me say, though, for example, I want to say something, first of all, about how they help protect us.
Então, ele queria dar um exemplo, dentro dessas ações, 5 ações que ele vai trazer, que é essa novidade, como os óleos essenciais nos protegem, por exemplo.
And that's a lot. I mean, in different ways, we know, because they help protect plants, with their antibacterial, antifungal in particular as well. There's a lot of evidence. I mean, there's of course, there's a massive evidence for many different essential oils having antibacterial and antifungal activities. And also we know there is, starting to see research, more and more research also regarding antiviral activity.
Ele disse que a gente sabe que os óleos essenciais, primeiramente, eles protegem as plantas. Eles são antibacterianos, eles são antifúngicos, e a gente tem muita pesquisa demonstrando sobre as propriedades antivirais, mas eles fazem primeiramente isso para as próprias plantas.
But what I've really been, also very interested in is getting a better understanding of the antioxidant properties of essential oils, which are, together with the anti-inflammatory activities, have a very important role in protecting the DNA.
Uau. E ele tem ficado muito interessado em estudar, é o que ele tem feito, sobre as propriedades antioxidantes dos óleos essenciais em conjunto com as suas propriedades anti-inflamatórias, e através dessas propriedades os óleos essenciais podem proteger o nosso DNA.
I mean, this is something that's well known. I'm not like coming and saying, oh, look at what I've discovered. I mean, but I wanted to highlight it. I want to say it's not any different to what we call energetic. And I'll tell you why. Because, what is clear to me is how we can say the DNA relates to a very important concept in Chinese medicine.
Então, ele está dizendo que ele sabe que isso não é novidade, ele não está dizendo que ele descobriu isso, mas ele quer destacar esse assunto porque ele acha que é muito importante, porque isso está conectado com a parte energética e algo que a medicina chinesa fala que o DNA se relaciona com.
Because, we know that, I mean, everything about genetics and science, that's to do with, that's to do with our survival. And it's also part of our way of adapting to the environment. It's epigenetic. I mean, when we come into life, we have this blueprint, but it's one that is responsive to the environment. It's not a fixed thing. I mean, of course, there are many things about our DNA, makeup we can't change. Most of it we can't change, but most of it we can't. But plays a very important role in, you know, with the immune system, you know, really. And essential oils, I want to show you, they have an immunogenetic action effectively.
E ele disse que a gente sabe, né, que a genética tem a ver com a nossa sobrevivência, tem a ver com a nossa parte de adaptação ao nosso ambiente, é isso que a gente chama de epigenética, né? Então a gente chega aqui no planeta e a gente vai se adaptando, a gente não para de se adaptar a vida toda, né? Então os óleos essenciais, eles têm esse papel importante, até no nosso sistema imunológico, e como os óleos essenciais, então, se integram em tudo isso?
Okay, so I've been looking at these. So what I've been doing is, yes, I've been looking at the research regarding antioxidant activity. Well, I mean, let me say how important it is, because, I mean, what this activity does, and it's highly, you know, the most concentrations of free radical scavenging compounds are in medicinal herbs and aromatic plants. I mean, if you look at the there's the index, the free radical scavenging index of these compounds that occur commonly in aromatic plants. I mean, it's off the charts, especially, for instance, like eugenol, you know, which you get, you know, obviously in clove. I mean, you know, I mean, many of these compounds that have amazing ability to neutralize free radicals, you know, through electron and hydrogen atom donation, actually.
O Gabriel menciona que as pesquisas que falam muito sobre essa propriedade antioxidante, elas relacionam componentes dos óleos essenciais que têm essa atividade que eliminam, que limpam o nosso corpo dos radicais livres. E as pesquisas demonstram que a maioria desses componentes a gente encontra nas plantas aromáticas, e um exemplo delas é o eugenol, né, que fazem isso.
Now, what I've done, though, I've gone very deep into about 5 different aromatic plants, you know. I mean, when I say deep, I mean like with sandalwood, well, sandalwood, rosemary, German chamomile, Roman chamomile, and lavender, you know. And most recently, sandalwood, I was commissioned to do an article by Sacred Dujan, which is a Western Australian sandalwood company, which is co-owned by an Aboriginal tribe in Australia, together with Estee Lauder, you know.
Então ele disse que ele se aprofundou nos estudos dele em 5 plantas aromáticas. Ele mencionou o sândalo, o alecrim, a camomila romana, a camomila alemã, a lavanda. E uma empresa da Austrália que trabalha com sândalo de lá, que está na região dos aborígenes, e ela tem também uma parte daquela companhia de cosméticos, a Estee Lauder, pediu para ele fazer um artigo sobre o sândalo.
Yeah, and you know, and I was amazed to see among the 100+ papers that I was able to download and read and study, that at least 21, for example, makes up evidence of its ability to prevent and well, have an activity that counters skin cancer.
E ele disse que ficou impressionado, porque para fazer esse trabalho, ele leu mais de 100 pesquisas científicas sobre o sândalo, e pelo menos 21 dessas pesquisas tinham evidência sobre a prevenção que ele tem sobre o câncer de pele.
Now, that's connected to this activity, this antioxidant activity, which prevents free radical damage of the DNA, okay? And that's how it's protective in that way, you see.
E essa atividade está conectada com aquela atividade antioxidante que ele mencionou antes, que previne dano dos radicais livres no nosso DNA.
And because it is protective of the DNA, okay, it prevents the DNA from having mutagenesis, you know, uncontrolled growing. You know, it helps to prevent that. These compounds help to prevent that.
Então, esses compostos nas plantas aromáticas, no caso que ele estava falando do sândalo, eles protegem o DNA como? Porque eles previnem que o DNA tenha esse crescimento descontrolado.
And they do that by neutralizing these free radicals, which are like, okay, what are free radicals? I mean, there's different kinds of free radicals, but one of the most common one is when instead of oxygen, you just have single oxygen. You know, oxygen always comes in two, like O2, you know. It's a big concert hall in London as well, O2. You know, but when you only have one, that's when it can do damage to cells, all kinds of cells, including DNA. Yeah.
Então, esses componentes, eles neutralizam os radicais livres porque eles trabalham diretamente na molécula. A gente sabe que o oxigênio é O2, né? E quando a gente tem só uma molécula de oxigênio, é isso que causa dano nas células.
Now, free radicals aren't like, you know, of course, I mean, the more, okay, this is a simple class. There's a lot more to it than this, but if you eat a lot of junk food, you'll get more free radicals. But on the other hand, free radicals are just part of our metabolism. And actually, in the body, it's not that simple because you need free radicals, in fact, for a lot of physiological immune functions. And it's all about a balance. It's called a redox balance. You've got to have a balance between the oxidation reduction functions in your body. But if you have too much junk food and over time and stress, if you have a lot of stress, then all the free radicals go too high, and you need more, you know, natural foods and salads and essential oils in the diffuser. Breathe them in. It's good. You can get them into the bloodstream. Will help clear that. That's the real detoxifying. You know, people say, "Oh, detoxifying." They don't know really what they mean by that. I do, and I can teach you. It's about the antioxidant action. It's not about stuff to do with the kidneys and stuff, you know. That's herbs. That's a different botanicals. You're talking about nettles and things, you know, and other botanicals. I mean, that's another class.
Então, ele menciona que os radicais livres, a gente sabe que ele diz, não é tão simples assim como não é apenas ficar comendo comida que não é saudável, porque os radicais livres, eles são partes do nosso metabolismo, o próprio corpo gera eles, e a gente precisa deles em determinadas funções do corpo. O que acontece é que a gente precisa de um equilíbrio na quantidade dos radicais livres. Aí a gente tem, então, já essa função própria do corpo, aí a gente come comida ruim, e aí a gente tem estresse, e aí isso é um problema, porque os radicais livres, eles aumentam no nosso corpo, e aí a gente vai precisar comer mais salada, e vai precisar inalar bastante óleo essencial, e é isso que o Gabriel chama de desintoxicação. Tem a ver com isso.
But you know what? I'm not saying that essential oils mainly detoxify. I don't think they do. They mainly protect. They do those things. They protect, restore, harmonize, a little bit nourish, but that's more like the aromatic plants and herbs. That's, you know, that's essential oils can nourish in certain ways, you know, like rose oil has been shown to maintain skin moisture. That even inhalation of rose oil counters water loss. That's a kind of nourishment. And then, but you know, those are the main actions. And again, I want to say a bit more about protecting as well, you know, like I've started with, yeah.
Ele disse que os óleos essenciais não está querendo dizer que eles desintoxicam a gente apenas, não, que ele quer conectar com essa ação que ele disse que é proteger. Lembra que ele falou daquelas 5 ações, proteger, restaurar, harmonizar, né? Ele disse que os óleos essenciais também nos nutrem, mas mais as plantas relacionadas a esse óleo, aos óleos. Por exemplo, ele disse que a rosa, tem pesquisas que demonstram que mesmo só inalando a rosa, ela tem um efeito na umidade da nossa pele. Ela contrabalança a perda de água que a gente tem apenas por inalar o óleo de rosa.
So when it comes to protect, what I'm saying is that these compounds in essential oils, many different classes of compounds, the aldehydes, the well, you know, obviously, especially the sesquiterpenes and sesquiterpenols. You got all the sesquiterpenes in matricaria. You get mainly, you know, well, you get santalol, alpha and beta santalol, which is in Santalum spicatum. It was in all the santalums, you know, and that compound has been around for millions of years. You know, that compound, it's a super medicine. It's a super medicine. There's so many receptor sites in the body that it can benefit. No, I mean, it's amazing. Honestly, the amount of research is stunning into that compound and that essential oil.
E aí ele quer voltar sobre esse assunto, como os óleos nos protegem, porque ele disse que são esses compostos dos óleos essenciais, ele menciona essas diferentes famílias, os aldeídos, os sesquiterpenos, os sesquiterpenóis, ele mencionou, né, o santalol beta e o alfa, que está no santalum spicatum e outras espécies. Esses componentes, eles estão na Terra há milhões de anos. E ele disse que, através dessas pesquisas todas que ele leu, ele percebeu que esses componentes ele chama de super medicamentos, porque a gente tem vários receptores no corpo que estão prontos para recebê-los.
Now, I want to emphasize, though, that, you know, firstly, this class isn't mainly about this topic, but I want to definitely introduce it. And the other thing is, I'm not trying to say that suddenly tell everybody that essential oils are a cancer cure. I'm not. I'm wanting to understand how they work in terms of preventing. I'm more interested in their prevention, the fact that we use them every day, and understand that they do have this real, it's not made up. It's not fake news. It's science. You know, like, I didn't make this up, but I think my contribution, if you like, or I'm trying to understand and explain, and I will in a minute, how we can also appreciate how they're working from this element of Chinese medicine, which I think gives us a really special perspective.
O Gabriel menciona que o que ele quer enfatizar, primeiramente, não é só essa parte que ele estava explicando, né? Ele vai dar uma introdução disso no curso, mas o curso ele não é só sobre isso. Ele também quer dizer que ele não está dizendo que, então, agora os óleos vão curar o câncer. Ele está destacando o uso deles na nossa vida diária também como plantas, que é onde a gente come, é que eles trabalham nessa prevenção. E que isso é verdadeiro, né? Ele falou que não é uma mentira. E a contribuição dele, provavelmente, porque ele disse, não foi eu que descobri tudo isso, mas foram cientistas, mas a contribuição dele é entender e explicar como nós podemos apreciar esse funcionamento dos óleos essenciais desde a perspectiva da medicina chinesa.
And basically, so again, talking about the way they protect, very simple. Well, I say it's simple. There's a lot to understand, but don't be put off by reading these papers. There's going to be a lot of information that you won't understand, but there's a lot that you will, especially in the introduction. And basically, by neutralizing the free radicals through often donating an electron, which, you know, or a hydrogen atom, or, you know, it depends on the compounds involved, because you get different kinds of free radicals. You can get oxidation of fats in your body as well, which affect particularly the brain, and it'll have can cause Alzheimer's as well, actually. That this adds up to an effect which we call anti-mutagenic, and I'll say more about that if you want to translate that.
Então ele diz que basicamente, né, os óleos essenciais eles nos protegem. E ele disse que a gente não deveria se desencorajar de ler todas essas pesquisas. Claro que vai ter um monte de coisa que a gente não entende lá, mas o que ele conseguiu extrair e entender é que os óleos essenciais, dependendo desses componentes, que é o que a gente vai ver, eles conseguem neutralizar esses radicais livres, às vezes doando um elétron, ou dependendo do que está acontecendo ali, é através de outras coisas que acontecem dentro das células. Ele disse, a gente também tem oxidação de gordura no corpo, e isso pode levar a Alzheimer, principalmente se isso acontecer no cérebro, e aí é o que ele chama dessa ação antimutogênica.
Yeah, so basically what we mean then by anti-mutagenic is that these compounds, sorry, knocking the plane down, these compounds, they prevent this mutagenesis, you know, of the DNA, you know. In other words, to prevent mutation, to stop the DNA mutating, you know, growing out of control, you know, that's what cancer is, obviously, you know, and also other diseases are very, you know, very much can be the result over a long time over this, you know, the free radical damage, you know, over years. It's not like suddenly, you know, because you have a weekend, you have, you know, a bit of hamburgers, that's nothing. Yeah, it's fine, you know, obviously, but over a long time and stress over a long time. So this is how the essential oils work, by protecting this mutations going on.
Então, os óleos essenciais, esses compostos, eles previnem essa mutação do DNA, que seria esse crescimento desregulado, que pode causar coisas como câncer e outras doenças, né? E isso é uma coisa que ele disse, não é porque a gente comeu um hambúrguer no final de semana, né? Ações que a gente está fazendo durante longo tempo, inclusive aumentando o nível de estresse que a gente tem. Então, os óleos essenciais, eles vão atuar aí, nessa prevenção dessa mutação do DNA.
Yeah. So I think what we can say in Chinese medicine terms is we can say that essential oils, and I'm saying this as in some ways I could actually make an argument that this is like the most important property of essential oils, to have this action to protect us. I mean, to protect us against cancer, I think that's pretty important. So it's not a hard thing to argue. I mean, I could also argue that, you know, they are also massively important for our psychological health, which is also going to be a big part of the class. But to be able to protect what we call the essence in Chinese medicine, you know, the essence, the Qing, the essence is just as important as the Qi or the Shen. That's our consciousness, the Shen. These are the three treasures that make us up: our essence, our Qi, and our, you know, Shen, our consciousness. Again, matter, energy, and information.
Então, ele menciona que os óleos essenciais, eles talvez pensando em termos de propriedades, essa propriedade de nos proteger, ele disse que poderia argumentar que é a mais importante, ele acha, que imagina, né, nos prevenir de câncer, e também como eles têm uma função na nossa saúde psicológica. Isso tudo vai estar no curso, né? Então, no curso, o Gabriel, ele vai trazer como que tudo isso se entrelaça com essas três principais, vamos dizer assim, entidades da medicina chinesa, que é a nossa essência, o Qi e o Shen, que é a nossa consciência. E aí ele repetiu de novo, isso se correlaciona com matéria, energia e informação, que são os três elementos principais dos óleos essenciais, segundo o Dr. Penuel.
Yeah, so I'll just finish up now with this topic, but it's really interesting because, you know, I mean, yin and yang, right? Like when I teach about yin and yang, I mean, yang is energizing and yin is, you know, yin is also, you know, being able to be calm and go to sleep, okay? Yang is energy and warming, yin is cooling and calming, but also yang, okay, yin is protecting, yin is nourishing, the yin aspect, like our food is nourishing, okay? But yang is also protects us. And of course, we need protection from virus, you know, they help with that. They help strengthen our immune system in that way, in different ways, but they also protect our essence, our DNA. And that is so important because that's what keeps us who we are. You know, that's our blueprint. You know, that's almost like our motherboard, or if we were a computer, that's our motherboard. If you start changing the motherboard, no, we don't want that. So being able to protect our essence is a very profoundly important, activity, and therefore something that we really need to like understand, I think, as well as the other main benefits, not just this one. But the reason I'm highlighting this one is because what woke me up to it, how important it is the science. But having the TCM understanding, I think, to really, fully appreciate it maybe as well helps,
Então ele disse que é tão interessante se a gente pensa também em termos de yin e yang, né? Que o yang tem essa energia que é energizante, esquenta, ele protege a gente contra vírus. O yin, ele acalma, ele ajuda a gente a dormir, ele nos nutre, né? Se a gente pensar em termos do yang, ele fortalece nosso sistema imunológico, mas ele protege nossa essência, que é essa essência do DNA, é quem realmente somos. Ele disse que se a gente fosse computador, é como se fosse uma proteção para a nossa placa-mãe. Então, ele acredita que conhecer tudo isso com evidências científicas nos ajuda também a apreciar a natureza com outro olhar.
Yeah, so maybe I can just finish off with an overview and just share the screen again this time to show, because I accidentally managed to show two classes that neither of which were the right one. So I'm actually going to show you the real notes for the class that I've already sent you to show you that it is better than it's all organized, and you'll see the proper title now.
Então ele diz que quer terminar talvez agora mostrando a capa da verdadeira aula, que ele já até mandou para mim, gente, já estou até traduzindo, que é o que ele vai dar para a gente aqui no Brasil.
So these are the notes that everybody will get who does the class, and they can download them. And you can see there are 68 pages. We're going to do some case studies as well. So we're going to be looking at, a lot of different plants and and you can see here, like, for example, this is the sweet pungent energy that you get in the aniseed. So we are going to look very much also at this very important foundation, which is the foundation, I feel, for the energetic aromatherapy.
E aqui essas notas, gente, são mais de 200 slides. Vocês, quem fizerem o curso, vão receber, né? Esse é o material de apoio que todo mundo recebe. Ele estava mostrando ali um pouquinho do anis. Então, no curso, ele também vai linkar toda essa parte científica que ele mostrou com essa parte dos aromas e como isso influencia na nossa psique também, né? Na nossa parte psicológica.
Yeah, so I mean, I've talked a lot about some of my new work, and which I'm really excited about, and I'm glad I can include that, because that's going to be something new even for people who did my class, which I gave in Sao Paulo in November 2017, when I was in Brazil with Tim.
Yes. Então ele está dizendo que mesmo para as pessoas que já estiveram, né, no congresso em 2017, quando o Gabriel esteve aqui, o Dr. Timothy também estava aí em São Paulo, ele agregou toda essa parte nova desses últimos anos de pesquisa dele.
And you can see, the focus of the class mainly is very much looking at the psychological benefits of essential oils, using the 5 elements and understanding how the essential oils can benefit these different aspects of the psyche, the soul, the heart, which is also like the spirit. By the heart, I mean like the heart spirit, the mind, the intellect, the vital spirit. That's our kind of vital energy spirit, or our bodily soul as well. So this is the real core of the class, and it's going to run. That's a mistake. Oh my God, look what I've got. July. I'm sorry. I need to send you a new one. The dates say 21. Oh God. Oh God, look, I've got the thirst. I'm sorry.
No
There's
problem.
everything else.
No
You
problem.
know what? It's crazy because all my slides are perfect. Look, I've even got a koala.
Oh, beautiful.
Eating some. I like to have some pictures where you have an animal, especially a cute one.
Yes.
But I will get all the facts right. Oh my God.
No problem.
Mas era isso que ele estava dizendo, então, que ele vai ter esse foco sobre a parte dos óleos essenciais, como isso influencia, o que organiza a nossa psique, né, em termos dessas propriedades da medicina chinesa. Então, por exemplo, como a fragrância do óleo essencial, ela toca o coração, o que eles chamam de coração lá, é tudo isso que nos organiza, né? Então, é o espírito, é a mente, onde está a nossa essência.
I'm actually making I've got to fix the dates. I'll send it again. But anyway, so hopefully that gives you, you know, an understanding of the class. I mean, I think we're doing it over 6 sessions. And I think that's quite nice, you know, like 3 hours, you know, I think that's we have a little break in the middle, but I think I feel that's a good, you know, for a webinar, you know.
E aí o Gabriel disse que a gente começa 3 de novembro, a gente vai se encontrar 6 vezes, cada encontro vai ter 3 horas, a gente vai ter um intervalo no meio, então ele disse que é confortável, não é aquele tipo de curso que daí a gente vai ficar sentada por horas no Zoom. A gente senta 1h30, faz um intervalo, depois volta, e a gente vai ter bastante tempo.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, thanks. I feel confident because I've been doing a few of these now. I mean, I've taught this class. I don't like to be do too many actually, because I'm mainly busy writing, but I've done this same class for the Canadian Association of Aromatherapy, and I did that last year in the spring of last year, I think it was, and that was good. And then also I did it over the summer for I've got one school in Japan that I work closely with that was started by Reiko. Well, not started by, because it's the owner is different, but she's been the principal of it, and she did my course in London in 2002, and I've been to Japan 8 times. But this year, you know, it's too difficult. You know, obviously, there's so many rules. If you go to Japan, you even have to go technically part of a group. You know, you can't go on your own. So we did this same class I'm giving for you. And similarly, we had to make it 18 hours to allow time for the translating, you know. And we had 60 people. People loved it. And I think, and also I'm really careful. I make sure I have good equipment like this Rode microphone, you know. So I hope the sound is good anyway. And yeah, I'm excited. You know, I'm getting used to this new teaching lifestyle, work style. But of course, I miss being there, you know, in real life. But you know, it's better than nothing, right?
Totally. O Gabriel está dizendo que ele gosta muito de ir nos lugares para dar aula, né? Mas com essa nova modalidade, ele já deu essa aula que ele vai dar aqui para a gente no Brasil, ele já deu lá no Canadá, via Zoom, né? Para a Associação Canadense de Aromaterapeutas. Ele já deu esse ano online no Japão, e também foi como nós, 18 horas, porque precisa de tempo para tradução, né? E aí ele disse que foi bem legal. Ele teve mais de 60 pessoas que participaram nessa do Japão. Ele disse que agora está difícil de ir para o Japão, ele já foi 8 vezes, mas agora está bem difícil. Mas ele disse que está se acostumando com essa nova modalidade de dar aulas. Ele não dá muitas aulas, porque ele precisa de bastante tempo para as pesquisas e para escrever, mas cada ano ele decide dar algumas. E aí, esse ano, ele abriu para a gente aqui no Brasil.
Que é um grande privilégio, porque quando ele abre, né, uma turma aqui no Brasil, ele está deixando de dar num outro local e com uma concessão especial de valor para o Brasil, né? Isso também precisa ser reforçado, porque se ele dá para os Estados Unidos ou para o Japão ou na Europa inteira, a condição é diferente da nossa aqui. Então, os profissionais sempre são solidários, e o Gabriel foi muito solidário conosco com relação a isso. Vale a pena a gente reforçar.
Maria wants to thank you for opening this opportunity for us in Brazil. We know you have a lot of time because you develop your research and all that, but thank you so much for opening. And then also Maria is saying that she wants to thank you publicly because you agreed to a fee that it's good for us in Brazil, because, you know, the exchange rate is so different, and it's an opportunity for us, for all of us to take it. So thank you so much for this big heart. And it makes it possible for us to also have this knowledge.
You know, I tell you, you know where I can really tune into. I can really tune into being on the hospital ward that day we went and met the professor Osvaldo, I think his name.
O Osvaldo lá no hospital, não é?
Exatamente.
Yeah.
Osvaldo e Dr. Renato.
Yeah, so what's his last name again?
No, she mentioned two. One is Osvaldo, as you mentioned, the other is Renato.
Okay, and Renato, yeah. And I want to honor your work, you know. I really want to honor your work, Maria, and especially making that bridge and bringing in these powerful medicines into the hospital, I'm sure. I mean, it was just a great day. It was a great experience to go with Tim that day and be there with you guys.
Ele disse que ele quer honrar também seu trabalho, Maria. Ele sabe da importância desse trabalho de trazer essa medicina aromática para dentro do hospital, e aquele dia que você levou ele, o Dr. Timothy, para visitar, foi bastante impactante para ele de uma maneira positiva. Então, ele pode fazer isso.
And also also the conference day, you know, I think that was on the Friday, wasn't it? That was really good, you know, just to connect with the Brazilian aromatherapy community.
E foi maravilhoso depois do curso, né, que ele deu. Acho que ele fez a visita com vocês na sexta, e depois, no sábado e domingo, foi o simpósio, e ele adorou poder se conectar com a comunidade da aromaterapia do Brasil.
Yeah. So for me, you know, it's the music, the people, the nature, you know. I mean, it's like, everything about Brazil. Brazil comes from the heart, you know. I really think. And Dr. Oberlander gave me some lovely oils as well, you know, like guava leaf, you know. It's got its own unique oils. And one of my favorite, in fact, is from the Amazon. It's cascarilla bark. Yeah. Cascarilla bark. Really
cascarilla
amazing.
Bark.
Yeah.
Ele disse que ele gosta muito dessa conexão, né, das pessoas, aqui a música, a natureza, que ele sente que é do coração, né? E ele se lembra muito do Dr. Oberlander, que deu para ele um óleo essencial de folha de goiaba, que ele gostou muito, e tem um outro que chama casca, a casca de uma planta que tem na Amazônia que chama cascarila.
Cascarila. Olha,
vamos ter que conhecer através dele.
Isso que eu ia dizer, ele está conhecendo mais que nós.
What did she say? Sorry.
Ela disse, she said, I was speaking Portuguese to you because you seem so familiar, like you're Brazilian, you know. So it feels like I can speak in Portuguese, but let me go back. Maria was saying that she's, through you, she's knowing this plant because she doesn't know this last one that you mentioned.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, maybe, you know, she may know it under another name, but it's not very common. It's a croton. You know, it's in the croton species. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably have a photo of it on because I've collected a lot of aromatic plant photos. I probably got one, but
I found it here. It's called, in Brazil, the common name is called sacred bar, the sacred bar.
Oh, really?
Uma cáscara sagrada, Maria.
Cáscara sagrada.
Cáscara sagrada.
Really?
Croton eleuteria.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Elteria. Really? Oh, is it the same as Cascara sagrada? Because I know that herb.
Let me see.
I didn't know it was the same as Cascara. Maybe it's similar, though. You know, it's
maybe
probably
similar.
Yeah, maybe it's similar.
Because you know,
Cascara is quite a good. Yeah, the barks are quite strong, you know, in herbal medicine. You know, because Cascara Sagrada, that's quite an important aperient, you know.
Maybe it's it's a different one then.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm trying to find, because of the botanical name is correct, right? Croton eleuteria.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I believe that's right. Yeah, I can.
Croton eleuteria.
And it's not one that's commonly sold, but Oshadi sell it. You know? Yeah. So yeah. Oshadi sell it, and it's really
está invasando alguns olhos, né?
Yeah, or at least they do.
This.
At least the Ayers do, you know, the headquarters do. But it's quite, you know, it's quite exotic. You know, it's quite. I did a natural perfume for my wife, you know, using cascarilla, and I blended it with things like, you know, neroli and orange and bitter orange, and I blended it with a lot of, like, you know, citrus oils, so you could still get that exotic, you know, flavor come through, you know. Yeah, and it helps me to imagine being in the rainforest. And imagine being in the rainforest, you know. It's like,
yes.
Ele diz que tem cheiro como se a gente estivesse na floresta.
Yeah.
Isso é muito bom, não é? O Gabriel nem sabe que eu fiz um evento no hospital que chamava-se Banho de Floresta. Um dia a gente conta para ele tudo, não agora.
Sim. Maria, she's gonna tell you another day about an event that she did in the hospital. She made a forced bathing. Shinyoku, forest bathing inside the hospital for the people. She's gonna let you know all about it. You're gonna love it.
That is a great idea. I love that idea, bringing forest bathing into the hospital. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's amazing.
Nós transformamos uma enfermaria numa floresta. Eu vou mandar as fotos para ele uma hora.
She says she's gonna send you some photos so you see the ward was made into a forest.
That'd be nice. Yeah, no, that'd be really good. No, I'd love that. Yeah. So look, tell me very briefly, like, how are you guys doing? Ellie, you start. What have you been up to? And then Maria. So I know I'm supposed to be answering, but I'm going to ask you a couple of questions.
Okay. I'm fine. I'm just enjoying being in Brazil. You know, I'm back since 2019, and I'm really soaking up the sun energy and the forest. I love Mata Atlântica, you know, the Atlantic forest. I really get a lot of energy. So I'm so grateful to be able to be here and receive this energy. Talking about energy. I'm very happy about it. Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. And Maria, I know you've been like, you've had a lot of you've had quite a few classes over the summer, haven't you? Hasn't Tim been doing one recently as well, I think?
Ele disse que você faz perguntas para ele, agora ele ia fazer para a gente. Ele perguntou sobre mim, agora ele quer saber de você. Você está tendo muitas aulas, o time está dando aulas.
Estamos trabalhando bastante, né, nessa divulgação desses novos projetos de 2022. O Timothy está com um projeto de mentorias aqui. Eu estou dando cursos de formação. No final do ano tem o curso dos Olhos Sagrados, que é daquele livro que ele fez o prefácio. Bom, o trabalho no hospital, agora nós crescemos um pouquinho, nós estamos agora não só atendendo os pacientes do hospital dia, mas também estamos indo nas enfermarias, estamos na enfermaria do agudos e na infantil. Acreditamos que é a primeira iniciativa aqui no Brasil de ter aromaterapia na psiquiatria infantil.
Marissa's been working very hard, and she's working a lot with this new project, so new classes, so she's focusing on that, but also the work in the hospital is bigger now because she's not only doing aromatherapy in the day hospital, but she's also working in a ward that works with acute problems, psychological problems and
wow.
also children's psychology. So children, so she says is that she thinks it's like a brand new thing happening in Brazil. We know it is. There's no other hospital doing this for psychology, you know.
E temos um projeto que é big, que é bem maior, que começou em 2019, chama-se Ser Integral, onde o Hospital das Clínicas criou a hashtag HC, cuidando do HC, que queremos ser conhecidos também por estarmos ressaltando a saúde. Nós somos referência mundial para tratarmos de doença, e agora queremos ser referência para realmente ressaltar e reproduzir a saúde integral.
And then she's part of a bigger project inside the hospital, because, you know, that hospital is known all over the world because it's really has lots of expertise in treating many different diseases. But the hospital now wants to be known not only by that, but a hospital that takes care of the whole person. So integrating. And so she's working a lot because of that. She's integrating the medicine.
No, that's really interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting. You know, it's interesting too.
Precisamos do Gabriel para nos ensinar mais e mais e mais para que a gente possa, né, levar isso para mais pessoas.
So she says she's so excited about this course because this is one of the things she needs. You know, all this knowledge that comes from it's like a base for the work in the psychiatric
well,
hospital,
that's good. Well, let me tell you, because I wish I could find it now, but I had on the screen one piece of work, a research that I was reading about, well, it's actually a blend of oils, but it includes ones like sandalwood. But it was talking about how they benefit us from the point of view of the network physiology. You know, it's this idea in science that we are a network, to get away from, you know, this idea that we just got to treat the symptom and not the whole person, you know.
Ele disse que tem muitas pesquisas que têm falado sobre isso, né? Como os óleos essenciais podem ajudar as pessoas, nesse jeito que você falou, esse ser integral, né? Principalmente integrando essa parte psicológica, né? Da saúde mental.
Yeah, so that's wonderful anyway. And do you have a lot of new plans coming up for the rest of the year with any other, like, is there any conferences or anything like that?
You mean in Brazil?
Yeah.
Ele está perguntando se a gente tem alguma coisa acontecendo no Brasil agora nesse final de ano, como conferências, simpósios. Eu acho que não, né?
Nós temos a Abraroma, que comemora 25 anos. Então, nós vamos estar fazendo um evento em novembro. E eu acredito que a Ciaroma tem alguma coisa acontecendo no final do ano, que é do
Laszlo, né?
Do Fabian Laszlo, que é o editor do livro que nós estamos aguardando, o livro do game.
So what's going to happen in November? It's our Brazilian association, Abraroma, is celebrating 25 years. So they probably have like a live event or like a dinner or something. Yeah. And then there's a conference probably happening. We don't know because it's being, you know, because of the pandemic. Every time it's next year, we don't know. But you know, Laszlo, he has every 2 years, he also has a conference like Maria has the symposium. It's possible that will be at the end of the year, but we're not sure yet.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I need to get in touch with Mr. Fabian Laszlo again, actually, because we were in email communication. Because for quite a few years, he's been, you know, Maria knows, as you know, I think as well, interested in, you know, translating my book. I mean, publishing my book. I'd like you to translate it, but if you got the time and someone pays you enough, it won't be me. But well, it's unlikely to be me. But I mean, you know, we've been in a long communication about there being a Brazilian edition, you know.
Totally, yeah, Maria was mentioning that. Ele está falando que ele lembra dessa comunicação com o Laszlo para trazer o livro, né? para o Brasil. So maybe you guys have to restart the communication continues, because everybody is really, waiting for your book in Portuguese for a long time.
Yeah. Well, thank you. That's great. I mean, it was mainly a case of him working together with the publishers, which is Octopus, which is owned by Hamlin. They own the Gaia imprint, so it's part of the Hamlin group. But I'm hoping that maybe they came to a deal and that it can go forward on that basis. I mean, I said I would help, like with images and stuff like that, because sometimes it's hard to get what is in the original, the original materials, especially in the 90s. Actually, it was a while ago. I mean, and I, as I always say, I am actually making progress with a new one. But this one from the 90s, there was a lot of, like physical artwork so sometimes that's the one reason it's been delayed,
Ele disse que espera que essa negociação era com a publicadora lá dele, original.
Editora, né?
Isso,
a outra editora.
Exato, porque eles têm que ver os desenhos originais, mas ele disse que ele vai colaborar, então esperamos que brevemente.
Yes. Estamos I think
We're looking forward to it.
Oh, great. Yeah. So, I mean, with me, the thing is that over the last year, I went through, I've been through like a big life change. I mean, the only thing that hasn't changed is my focus on essential oils. But otherwise, I moved country, I'm newly married to Autumn, who's a herbal teacher. She's been teaching at the California School for Herbal Studies for 30 years, actually. At the moment, she's in Ireland doing a special spiritual training, actually. That's where we met. We met there a year ago. And then since then, my life has gone woo like that. And but I do have more time for writing. And now I'm doing this online classes a lot, which is great. I can reach more people. And I can continue, working with you guys, even though I can't come there. Well, I mean, I could, I think. I don't know what the rules are, but it's probably, I don't know, easier to do it this way.
E aí ele disse que muitas coisas aconteceram com ele, muitas mudanças nos últimos anos. Tudo mudou, menos o foco dele nos óleos essenciais. E ele se casou recentemente com a Autumn, que é uma professora na Escola de Herbalismo na Califórnia. Eles se encontraram há um ano atrás, e agora ele tem bastante tempo para escrever e está dando aulas pelo Zoom, e ele disse que a parte boa é que ele está podendo alcançar mais pessoas.
But I've kind of gone full circle because I grew up here, but I grew up on the East Coast of the States. So I'm kind of Anglo-American. I mean, I'm just as happy here or there because they're both in my blood,
Uhum. E aí ele está morando agora na costa da Califórnia. Na verdade, ele disse que ele morou de jovem, né, na costa leste. Mas ele está feliz tanto na Inglaterra como nos Estados Unidos, porque ele tem os dois países no sangue dele. Então ele está legal.
Poxa, eu não tive tempo de visitá-lo lá em Norfolk, que ele tinha a casinha dele, não era em Norfolk?
Maria was asking
as fotos lindas pela janela.
The pictures you used to have was in Norfolk?
Yeah.
She said she didn't have the time to visit you there.
No, but we could still do. I mean, we could still have like a, it's still possible. I mean, if maybe in a couple of years, if the travel was okay, there's a lovely venue there that I did a week with. Matthew and Julie, what's their name now? I've got their books. Julie and Matthew, isn't it? They're big teachers, and they taught at Botanica, and they even do distillation.
Julia Graves?
No.
Graves?
Sorry. Julie Seaton, Julie Bruton Seal. Julie Bruton Seal and Matthew Seal. Sorry, guys.
No, don't worry.
But they were at Botanica, and Tim and I, Timothy Miller and I, Tim stayed with me in Norfolk, and we did a 6-day retreat it was English country herbal, you know. And we did that a few years ago, but that venue, sometimes I've thought to have like an aromatherapy intensive there, because there's also Norfolk Oils are quite near, and they do all the distillation and everything, and I know them really well. Ken Goodger, you know.
Ok.
He does a lot of blue chamomile. Sorry.
Yeah. Diz que ainda dá para arranjar isso no futuro quando a viagem estiver mais organizada, Maria, porque ele conhece lá, o Timothy fez um retiro lá sobre ervas inglesas, tem aquela companhia de óleos essenciais que destila a camomila, então, quem sabe no futuro.
Pois é, eu quero muito esse encontro com a camomila.
Yeah. So it's not impossible, you know. Maybe we could meet. I don't know. I mean, Sagittarians like to dream, you know. We like to dream.
Os sagitarianos que gostam de sonhar, esperamos que algo aconteça no futuro, porque é muito bom sonhar, né?
Com certeza.
But you know, but the best dreams are the ones that are possible, you know.
True.
And and there's also, of course, places like, you know, Sandringham Palace and nice, interesting places to visit, you know, which is that was the Queen's main home, like in the winter and at Christmas, was Sandringham, and it's and it's only 20 minutes away, you know. It's a beautiful area.
E ele falou que dá para a gente visitar esse lugar, que era o lugar que a rainha ia no inverno, que é Sandringham. E é pertinho de Norfolk.
Beautiful. Olha, essa questão de sonhar não é só dos sagitarianos, acho que nós podemos estender para todas as pessoas, né? No último evento do hospital, IPQ Zen, quando eu fiz a abertura, fui convidada para fazer a abertura, eu trouxe uma frase que a gente usa muito, né, aqui no Brasil, que um sonho sonhado sozinho é só um sonho. Quando nós sonhamos junto, ele realmente pode se tornar realidade. Nós estamos querendo que esse sonho se torne realidade.
So Maria says that when you dream alone, maybe it's just a dream, but when you dream as a group, it has the power to become reality. So let's do this.
That's true.
Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been really great fun.
Só deixar o convite para as pessoas, né, que as inscrições já estão abertas e já podemos estar com o link direto da plataforma nas nossas redes sociais. Você já encontra o link direto para a plataforma para fazer a inscrição. Esperamos vocês.
So just a reminder for people that the enrollment is open, it's in the platform, so people can already register, and we are waiting for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody has any questions, they can email me about the class.
Perfect.
My gabriel.mojay@gmail.com. My name, gabriel.mojay@gmail.com. If you've got any questions, okay.
Se alguém tiver alguma pergunta, só mandar e-mail para ele, gabriel.mojay@gmail.com, que ele explica mais, se for necessário. Muito obrigada. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Gabriel.
Obrigada.
Saudade.
Saudade.
Take care.
I love you, Gabriel.
Thank you.
Love to you both. Thank you. Ellie, you were brilliant, and so were you, Maria.
Thank you, Gabriel.
Okay. Take care.
You.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you soon.